Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Crusader Kings III, where we have a whole lot of problems ahead of us. A lot of big issues to be solved, but honestly, I'm optimistic, maybe cautiously optimistic, that we can get this taken care of and actually maybe be in a position to reform our faith before this character dies. So, first problem, this domain holdings issue. I think we are going to go ahead and just pass a bunch of these over to our husband, so that when he dies, they'll bounce down to the characters that we are playing. I looked into the to make sure that I understood it. I looked into the liege holds de jure duchy penalty that we saw a lot of while we were playing the previous bloodline, and obviously, it's not a problem until you are at least a king. So we don't have to, we do not currently have a king level title, and you don't want somebody to hold a county that you hold, that is inside of a duchy that you hold, if you also hold a title above that duchy level. So yeah, like I said, not a big deal for us right now. And honestly, it's only a 25-point opinion penalty. Like, it's very overcomable. So I'm not going to stress too much about this. These are the only parts of our kingdom that are, the only parts of our dukedom, whatever, that are actually producing any resources. So this is the stuff I definitely want to hold on to. So we'll just give him, like, other stuff. In fact, yeah, everything that isn't any of those. Oh, and I guess I have to hold the things inside of the duchy title we created, but that's fine. Yeah, so he'll gain 120 opinion of us for 50 years. He damn well better. He'll become our vassal. Yeah, okay. That is all good and fine. And we have formed a formal alliance with our husband. Okay, next problem. We need to get down in control of Kakisami because this is where the next holy site is. I think we want to go through this. I think we should be able to take these guys on. They have a military that is approximately as powerful as ours used to be. I guess I did just give away some of my troop producing settlements. But also, on top of that, they're allied with Finland, who has another 1,000 soldiers at their command. So, let's talk options for getting more people in here. Obviously, we don't have a lot of money for hiring mercenaries or anything, but what we do have is 4 unwed children, 4 unbetrothed children. So, if we just look at the relative military strengths of the area, you have 1452, you have 1100, 880, 950. So, these two are allied together. We can construct a force, right? Like an alliance with Karelia would allow them to run troops in here, and it's a pretty significant number of troops. What about other people around us? 1459 is very compelling. We know these guys down here are quite weak. You're pretty weak relative to the amount of land you have. Actually, a lot of the people over here are on the weaker side. So yeah, maybe like we have 4 kids right now, right? We don't necessarily have to marry them all off right this second, but alright, so if we were going to focus on like you and Karelia, and just in terms of raw numbers, Nyland. Let's see. You have daughters and sons who are not yet arranged to be married. You have an awful lot of sons, it looks like. What is this? Okay, that's just one of those childhood stat traits. Okay, so a ton of unwed sons and a single daughter who is already betrothed to the High Chieftain of Livonia. Okay, whatever. That's not a problem for us. That's not right here. And then in Nyland, okay, a married son and an unmarried son. So, can we get our daughter married here? It's not hugely positive. Okay, but he will accept a matrilineal. Yeah, he's got a very small matrilineal penalty. I mean, of course, because this is not the primary heir. Well, I think this makes sense. Unfortunately, these kids are maybe not going to have the best traits, but all of this stuff only might get inherited. Yeah, let's do that, and then we have sons who can marry your daughters. So, on my side, do we want to... Who do we want to betroth Davgon to? Or do we, actually? Because I do have... We could just have it be both of the other sons, right? You have Giant. See, Giant's in red like it's a negative trait, but that seems pretty positive to me. Maybe that's actually a good reason for it to be one of the kids who inherited Intelligent. Yeah, let's do it like this. So, obviously, we don't know anything about your traits just yet. You two are close in age, at least. And their children might be intelligent giants, both mental and physical giants. That seems pretty alright. He is definitely going to accept. He has some military to lend us. And then you, because you have an even stronger military, let's see. Do we want to wed our player heir, or do we want to just... I think let's leave our player heir unarranged for the moment. Okay, so we'll get an alliance here as well. Totally accept this. Yeah, everybody around me seems to be pretty impressed with me, which is definitely helping. Alright, let's just set off a bunch of alliances here. Oh, the peasant rabble no longer want to fight me. That's nice. Okay, excellent. And that's 2. There we go. Alright, good news. All of a sudden, we have many alliances, and this war is probably looking a little bit more sensible, right? Yeah, they're 24-42. Markedly inferior to our great alliance of chiefs here. So how do I want to actually apply this? I guess that was already the right menu. So obviously we could just do a county conquer and take some of their lands that way. That's not exactly what we want to do. So subjugate. You can only do one subjugation war in your lifetime, which seems incredibly arbitrary. We could take his whole duchy with this action if we had illustrious fame. How close are we on that? Actually, it looks like it's not that far off. We need 530 more prestige to come in. That's a possibility, for sure. And then I feel like Invade Kingdom is probably... This is another thing that we only get to do once per lifetime, and this is something we probably want to, do when we're up against a person who actually has a considerable amount of land. So yeah, maybe our goal is to have this be a duchy conquering, just to take all of the land at once. Although, actually, it looks like... Sorry, if we do this as Conquered Duchy... High Chiefdom of... Yeah, it doesn't take all of his territory no matter how we do it. So we may as well do a Conquer County on... He's got a lot of little counties. Yeah, we may as well do a Conquer County on this, and then do the duchy thing later. We'll have to wait a few years because of truce stuff, but it's not like we don't have things that we can do in that time. Yeah, let's do it. Let us declare this war. Do I want to wait a little bit? All of a sudden my levy counter is all raised up again. No, I think we could do this. I think we could just step in and let's call We have to be a little careful here, because obviously calling allies to war has a cost. So is it the same for all of them? No. For the High Chieftains, it costs 150. We can call Nyland in, like... We definitely want to call these guys. Let's do that. And then also Nyland. And we'll see. We'll see if it is necessary to do more than that. I'm hoping he won't put up too much of a fight here. Yes, of course he will join us in this war. I mean, was there ever any doubt? So is this the only, like, actual live holding in the area? It looks like it is. There's slots for more holdings, but none of it's actually built. Oh, wait, maybe we wanna... Maybe I want to change my mind here, on account of their army is all raised and terrifying. Let's wait until some of our allies show up, maybe. Okay, so the chieftain of Finland joined in. We should still have a superior force. I don't think we need to call in Karelia. Yeah. We still definitely have a superior force. So I'm gonna just wait a second. Actually, it looks like their army is marching southward for some reason. Okay, well, whatever. I'll move in then. We got friendlies on the way. It takes a while to get around here with everything everywhere being taiga. It's just a lot of trees to walk armies through. Oh, here they come. Do we want to back off? These guys are on the way. So they definitely have men-at-arms. Okay, and they're the good archers. So yeah, it's a little concerning. No, okay, they're marched far enough that we can't make them stop. Alright, well, turn away once you get there. Let's not have you actually be there, because that's clearly where oh, maybe it's not where these guys are headed. Maybe they're just running around erratically. I mean, sort of the same way I am, I guess. Okay, our ally is on the way. Yeah, it looks like this is going to be really hard for them to stop us from doing. And we didn't even have to call in everybody. So we're still accumulating devotion while we're waiting for that. Our renown has grown considerably due to the fact that we now have a duke. Like, obviously, just having children is valuable, but continuing to push my personal title upward definitely seems like it's going to be the lion's share of our bloodline, of our dynasty's renown. So, a thing to focus on. We'll have to figure out how to put together a kingdom-level title at some point here. The Holy Site stuff is definitely more important, though. And I still have no idea what traits we're actually going to take with our renown. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Alright, men-at-arms negotiations. Hey, good work, my spouse. Well done. So I do think we can absolutely afford the piety cost of continuing to claim counties, given how far away we are from still being able to, being able to actually take the action to reform the religion. Is his guest at all valuable to the war? Nope. So let's see if he'll do a ransom. Nope, we'll just get a favor hook. I still have a couple of people under house arrest. I don't even know who you guys really are. You seem to like me just fine. Yeah, whatever. I'm just going to keep y'all under house arrest. We put Ilmar in the dungeon, which I guess is a little bit... That's a little bit harsher. So after this war is completed, we'll probably want to just back off for a little while, let the truce run out, and then try to take over the duchy. So maybe we'll turn our eyes on some of our other neighbors around here. We do have some things we could complete. I've received an offer from Moku something, a nobleman from Runala. If the letter is to be believed, he is an experienced herbalist who would be willing to share his knowledge in return for room and board. So that seems like it has no downsides. I get the herbalist trait, which is, like, quite good, and yeah, I mean, I am always eager to learn something new. That sounds great. Why would I not do that? Okay, Moku and I are spending another late night categorizing plants and brewing potions. I am paging through one of his worn tomes when I discover a most intriguing recipe. I did not know mere herbs possessed such power. Oh, he's a witch. No, he might be a witch. And if he is a witch, he might be willing to teach me to be a witch. Well, you know what? Being a witch seems to be great. That's what I think we learned last game. I would love to delve deeper. Oh, he's appalled by my insinuations. He does not. He either is not a witch or he doesn't want to teach me about it. That's a shame. I'd really like to become a witch, if possible. So we are ticking up over time. We don't necessarily have to do anything other than play defense to finish the war. But, like, why not? Why not do a bunch of sacking and stuff? Ah, I see. They're just going to go to my capital, presumably. Well, that's a reasonable strategy. I would like it if they didn't do that. Maybe we need to go to his capital? Where is his capital? Does it say... It should say on here somewhere, right? Yeah. Well, that's the de jure capital. Is that the actual... Oh, it's the one we're currently sieging. Okay, well, I guess let's see what happens when this completes. Turns out some of our allies were, like, really on top of this strategy thing. Boy, it is taking them forever to get there. The terrain is not friendly to long marches. Also, at some point, I guess I accidentally set the timescale to the slowest. That's why this was all taking so long. Alright, we've taken his son hostage. I do believe that that's going to end that. We don't want to ransom the son, because I do just want this war to be over. Alright, 75 fame for me. We are over our domain limit again, of course, and we'll handle that in a moment. Also, did you know you can change the tooltip modes? Okay, skip lesson. Will that make that go away and not come back? Let's hope. Obviously, we're going to have control problems everywhere, always, and forever. So, who do we want to give our new holding to? Is it part of... It is part of the duchy. So we could vassalize someone. Or we could just give it to, like, Chieftain Vigu. We should probably just make a new vassal, right? Do I want to do that? It's not good to have powerful vassals, generally. You do not fulfill all of the requirements. Could you give me more information on that? You hold 3 or more duchies, your realm size is 30 or more, your level of fame is illustrious. Okay, because like I was saying with the renown, we do want to be a king. That would be very helpful. Or a queen, as the relevant case may be. So we need to create 2 more duchy titles. We already have the land for one of them. It's just a matter of getting the money together for it. And then we'll have to actually build out another one, but that's interesting. It's a little bit of a distraction, though. Not really relevant to what I was talking about. I mean, is it okay for me to pass more land to my spouse? Is this going to become a problem at some point? Let's see. So this one does have some functional taxes. Yeah, I'm just going to give him the new thing. Here, this is yours now. If you manage it, it's not officially my problem. My friend Gaktu approaches me with urgency because books again. He's got a lot of feelings about books. We're very positive on opinion. I'm not spending money on this book. Certainly not that amount of money. So let's see. This duchy contains land that we do not own. Maybe we should solve that problem? Oh, I already have a truce with you. We could declare war on these guys. We could take these guys. I just feel like we should keep building outward, right? And we're not, like, we don't actually need the piety right now. Sadly, his tiny little realm is, in fact, 2 different counties. Do we care? What do we know about these? Not a lot, huh? Yeah, just not a lot of really interesting information available. Well, I guess give me this one. So he's got 997 troops. And it's February right now. You know what? Let's hold for a second. Let's let our levies replenish. Oh, hey, attentive care. Spouse doing a good job of making sure that I don't die from the stress of conquering everyone all the time. What a sweetheart. Okay, yet another child. How many children do we actually want? Like, I know that the more kids we have, the weirder it gets with titles being passed around when we die. But also, the more kids we have, the more renown we're pulling in, which does matter. And I think we're probably recovered enough at this point. Let's go ahead and do a thing vastly inferior to our total military strength. Obviously, I'm not going to call in my allies on this if we don't absolutely have to. Yeah, I don't know. It probably doesn't matter where we do this. Let's rally up here and just go push these guys around for a bit. The chiefdom of Sombio has given rise to peasant rabble. Whatever. My husband, High Chieftain Ara, surrounds himself with good people. Dutta is an example of what good taste my husband has in friends. Oh yeah, Dutta, I love that guy. There are so many good people in my life. Everything's going so well for anyone who's not being conquered by me. Alright, it's hard to imagine that's going to matter. Ooh, wow. That's a lot of... Boy, that's a lot of wealth from just like, oh, I did taxes slightly better. So... we do then want to go ahead and create this other duchy title that we're entitled to, right? Because we need to have 3 duchy titles eventually anyway. Yeah, I don't see any reason that we shouldn't do this right now. I mean, it's a good idea to keep some money on hand, but yeah, this isn't exactly going to break us or anything. I'm going to go ahead and do it. So that's almost got us to Illustrious right there. It looks like this siege is actually going down really quickly. Oh, ours is going to take forever. Well, it probably wouldn't take us... Yeah, it would only take us 2 months to march over here and kick these guys' ass. And then we can figure out the rest of it after that. Winning battles is worth war score. They see what is coming, and they have decided they want no part of it. I call on you to honor our alliance and join me in the Nylander conquest of... Where is this? Okay. I mean, yeah, I accept. I don't know that I'm necessarily going to do anything, but I do accept. We'll see. I'm in the middle of a thing, obviously. You understand. I'll catch them before they leave. All right. Okay, so we have a daughter. I don't feel like I should name my daughter Nasty. It probably, it doesn't mean the same thing there, obviously. Okay, Chieftain Vigu was swayed, and he is probably now, like, extremely positive on us, right? You know what? I'm gonna keep swaying him. He could be more positive. I've come to discover a most appalling truth about High Chieftain Ara. Though I loathe bringing this matter to your attention, I must inform you that this man is keeping secrets of the most alarming kind from you. Oh, really, Chieftain Vigu? I mean, I do want to know what the secret is, but I also don't really want my husband to be mad at me. I mean, he's well north of 100 opinion, right? Yeah, he has 200 opinion bonus from having received counties. The thing is, this option here says that Vigu will not use Ara's secret against him, and this one doesn't say that. So I can't necessarily learn the secret myself without at least giving Vigu the idea that I would not kill him for using it. I'm going to tell him he better forget all about this. Okay, our glory is widely known, hooray. All of this fame. Over here, sure, let's become radiant. We're still a ways off of actually getting any value out of profit, right? And I'm going to start walking back to your capital. We get a little bit of replenishment from being able to hang out in my own lands, hopefully. Okay, yeah, a little bit. I'm being raided. Well, that's annoying, and I don't have time to deal with it right now. His men are just running away. Oh my god, 17-month siege. Well, I mean, Chiefalta of Finland has joined on the side of Nyland. That's interesting. So it sounds like they're going to get that under control. We definitely don't need to show up for that. Yeah, we're not going to catch them on this one. This is a little ugly. Wow. My husband and I are, we're keeping ourselves occupied. Oof, we're winning, but not as cleanly as I would like. Oh, sure, my kid probably ought to have a guardian. Well, who has knowledge that I would like to be bestowed? Maybe one of these kids ought to know something about intrigue, although I guess having a child who is not high in the line of succession have a bunch of intrigue skill could be real dangerous for the children who are high in the line of succession, right? What's my spouse's deal? He's kind of just, like... We don't have anybody who is really gifted at military stuff teaching any of the kids, so maybe it would be a good idea to solve that problem. Let's have Duta maybe teach Soja some military skill? Just try to get a nice broad range of skills on our children. Yeah, man, winning these battles is definitely costing us. We are losing a lot of people. That was probably the line, though, right there, for Vigu. We probably don't need to sway him anymore. Well, he's mad at us about stuff. I am going to go ahead and just push it again. Alright, so we'll defeat them in another battle, hopefully, with any luck here. Ooh, boy, the die rolls are... Okay, come on now. That was like 7 consecutive die rolls turned out considerably in their favor. That feels very unfair. Who is this? Oh, did my old Did my old spiritual leader guy die? He must have. Okay, so we have a new Noeide, a new spiritual leader. Often quotes passages from the great epics about the holy virtues. I should prove I have paid attention by quoting a passage of my own, preferably one which complements her personality. So, she is honest and calm and humble, so fairness would seem to be the correct one. If she's flattered, I'll gain a bunch of piety. Okay. Cool, she was flattered. I am known as a deeply pious woman, that's true. Surely my devotion to Uko should be good for something in this life too, and not only the next. There are a number of people who would do well to be reminded that I am in old man's good graces. So we could trade in some piety for some prestige or some money, or just take a... Okay, this doesn't really seem like a huge benefit to us. So, like, I don't really know what's in character here. I don't have a good sense of who we are. Listen, she does believe. She takes the belief stuff seriously. But at the same time, I feel like everybody should understand what a great job I'm doing of believing. Alright, so we lost a battle because we had some really bad die rolls. And what happened to our, what happened to our guy is that he was slain in battle when we lost that battle. My courtier Dutta and my courtier Ninas were taken prisoner. That's not good. Stress from my best friend dying. That is a shame. I do kind of feel like you're not really suited for that job. With your 7 learning, do we want to just put our champion in here, or do we want to hire on this guy who's slightly better at it? He's also a handsome scholar. Might not be a terrible dude to have around, honestly. How expensive would recruiting him to our court be? Okay. How old are you? 42? So you'll be in the position for a while. Sure, I like bringing on useful people. Apologies. Listen, she'll be fine. So that did damage our war score. Let's, my army. Oh, that's... I can't issue movement orders. They are currently running away. Boy, they're really running away, too. That is a huge amount of running away. So... Right, my marshal was kidnapped. Well, we'll have a new temporary marshal. So they're not going to accept a truce. Right, not while war score is slightly in their favor. Alright. I guess let's call in one of our allies. Let's get this resolved quickly. So let's go for you guys. You're close and also powerful. I was trying to do it without having to spend any prestige. Okay. You know we already have a Vigu, right? You know what? I'll give in. So was this just a coincidence? You know, we're just running far away and this is the far away that we ran to? Or do defeated armies always run to the capital? Okay. Help is on the way. Get marching. Hopefully we'll replenish enough by the time we've completed our march that we will be in some kind of fighting shape. A shady discussion. I'm passing through the castle garden for a morning walk when a soft breeze carries the voices of Bias and Biella to my ear. The two courtiers are talking to each other in a secluded spot nearby, frequently glancing around to make sure nobody is listening. Why, that's the most conspicuous thing they could possibly be doing. While it is hard for me to make out most of their words from a distance, it is clear their discussion relates to my husband. You're currently my champion, but you're not like a good champion. You do have 18 learning, though. You're the guy I didn't put in this council position. Well, maybe it's going to turn out to be good that I didn't do that. I am not sneaky enough to get up on them. I don't think I should torture them. That seems not appropriate. I will have them bound and delivered to Ara. Seems like a little bit extreme, though. You're not anybody, like, important to me, are you? Oh, wow. You have 13 prowess. Yeah, man, we gotta get our gender laws fixed. We have so many good commanders and knights and stuff just not available to be used. I mean, unless they're planning a surprise party for him, it's hard to imagine that this is anything other than a very, very bad conversation. I will have them bound and delivered to him. He can sort it out as he sees fit. Oh wow, that's a lot of extra troops. What on earth? Where did they get all of those extra troops? We have an experienced... Wow! Wow, that guy's an experienced fighter. What the hell? He is a legendary blade master. How much would it be to recruit you to court? I'm doing it. Doesn't matter how much it would be, I'm doing it. Okay, you know what? I'm just going to go for their capital at this point and trust that my allied army will handle the actual direct fighting. Is that a raiding party from those guys that we were at war with recently? I think it is. Chieftain Vigu might join as an enemy. Wait. So, Chieftain Vigu... Okay. I mean, that's not a big deal. We know that guy's army is extremely tiny, right? Yeah, I'm not so worried about that. It's just a very common name in this part of the world. Okay, we won the Nylander War. Not terribly relevant. He did, in fact, join the war. Well, he can come over here and try to do something about it if he wants. So, I mean, if this guy wins a siege only to lose both of these sieges, that's not going to be great for him, obviously. Yes, I know I'm being raided. The reason I'm not doing anything about it has nothing to do with me not knowing it. I'm just very busy. Oh, when was it that we could... Now is when we can increase our tribal authority. Well, I feel like we oughta. Is this... No, okay, that's mercenaries. I don't have any money. What are you trying to tell me about mercenaries for? I am not going to be able to take advantage of mercenaries. It is remarkable how low the war score is on this. Alright, not too worried about that. That's that peasant rabble faction, right? Yeah, 11 months away from being able to send an ultimatum. Oh yeah, also, did you know we have low county control in some places? It's true. Alright, the rating's almost over. And when this siege ends, we just win, right? Because his entire realm will have been sieged out. This war went a little sideways on me, but we recovered. Thanks to a lot of alliances. So we captured his daughter and his wife. And we have 100% war score from holdings, so we can totally go ahead and ransom off these prisoners without needing to be worried about affecting the thing. Let's go ahead and ransom you. He took it. Ransom you. Only 10 wealth. He took it. You're not related to this thing, just seeing if anybody's willing to pay for you at this point. Nope. Okay. You know what? I don't even know... This guy doesn't need to be in our dungeon. In fact, wow. Recruit? He's got some stats. He might be useful. Okay, now that we got our ransoms, let's go ahead and enforce demands. Alright, it got a little sloppy. So did you know you can declare wars? It turns out there are a couple of places where I can declare wars. I kind of want the legendary Blade Master to teach one of our kids. See if we can't learn a little something along those lines. We're it's a very martial family at the moment. All right, this is the dismiss all button. Okay, so we should definitely chill out and let the levies recover a little bit. I have no choice but to accept your conditions for release. Farewell, guy that I will be seeing frequently. Oh hey, one of our counties is now under control. Oh boy. Okay, well, I guess get on that one. We just have to work through them all one by one. So, we should probably replace you with, like, a person who's actually good at the job. Hey, Ilmar, welcome to the team. I know that he's going to be a little upset. Listen, he's not anybody important. He'll be fine. So right now, you're just on stewardship. I think that's probably fine. Yeah, that's probably fine. So, we need at least one more duchy title before we can found a new kingdom. We do have the amount of fame necessary. We don't have the money. So we need to get land that is part of a duchy title. Oh, also, do I want to spend money calling hunts or feasts? Probably not at the moment. Right, we're pretty desperate money-wise. So, how much time is left on... Nope, sorry, that's not what I want. January of 880 is when we'll be allowed to declare war on him again. And we now have access to the conquered duchy, Casusbella, yeah. So maybe that's what we're prepping for the moment. So we're just working toward this. Have your alliances changed or anything? You are now also allied to... Okay, that's a pretty significant number of troops over there. I think that we still... All of our alliances combined still outdoes that. I'm pretty sure. We could maybe get another alliance, though. We do have more kids. Well, let's just let things recover for a moment here. I don't think we're declaring war anywhere else. Vigu has been asking me for a spinning top for a long time, and I told him I'd get him one for in 3 months if he displayed more focus in his studies. He simply waved my offer away, saying he really didn't care anymore. Okay. So this would cause him to keep the trait fickle, which actually we do not like. We could drive off the fate fickle in favor of content, or in favor of trusting. Well, trusting does seem a little bit dangerous. If I'm honest, I don't really want him to have any of these traits. Yeah, alright, let's go for trusting instead. I gain 30 stress either way if we want to change the trait. I do think we want to change the trait. So I think we're just waiting here. I mean, I could afford to pay off, to spend some piety, I suppose. A new claimant. Of all the buffoonery I've ever seen, in Mika's inane efforts to improve my relations with my neighbors, my good-for-nothing Chancellor has officially acknowledged High Chieftain Bavy's claim to the Chiefdom of Skolt. Well, that's not great. That's my chiefdom. You fool. Alright, so this will cost us a little bit of piety, but we'll get something. We gain divine guidance and also potentially something. I think it is actually a reasonable trade-off. Alright, I accept. It's a very silly offer, but I accept. Alright, 300 lifestyle experience. It's definitely valuable. Having a real hard time landing that one more sway on Chief Vigu, which is a real shame. I am willing to release Ninus from my care. Yeah, that's also fine. It is a good idea for us to get our people back. From all my evenings watching stars, yeah, the stars thing. Really, I'm surprised that this faith also has a problem with people doing astronomy. I do feel like I should find my answers in the heavens. That said, now you know what? Maybe, in fact, Sierra does feel that she should focus on earthly matters. She has a lot of earthly matters to focus on. We'll go down more of a path of zealousness with this character. To the brash High Chiefess Sierra, we've been burdened with your oppressive laws for far too long. You know what? I could put down a peasant revolt right now. I don't think that would be a problem at all. And it'll probably help with control, right? We'll take a control hit now, but I'm sure we will gain control once we have defeated them. So, where do we want to raise up? I'm assuming I can't raise up where they are, but we can probably do it here. Yeah, we'll bring up the levies for a second, crush this real fast, and then get back to work. Yeah, they really did not. They did not manage to muster a very large number of fighters. Okay, wow, that escalated quickly. He knows he is defeated. He surrenders. So be it. That was like really fast. Sorry, this button. So, my dude, he's just... Does he have anybody who'd be willing to pay for his release? So I would lose 10 dread if I let him go. I don't even have any dread. Does he have stats? I mean, he has okay stats. Yeah, welcome to court. I have co-opted your rebellion. You know, he'll make an okay champion at the very least. Alright, so there's a little bit of combat going on over there. I've been studying the ancient religious texts and the writing of scholars. They all seem to agree the world will end 6,000 years after its creation. Okay, so do I go making a lot of noise about this? No, probably not. I do kind of want to just commit to all of the Path of Zealousness options with this character. We are accumulating piety at like an incredible speed. My High Chieftain has resolved that guy's debts. Okay. I don't even know what we want to, like... I don't know if we have if there's any value in these hooks. I don't know what we would use them for. Time it takes to convert a county is no longer increased if that faith has higher fervor than your faith. Wow, this seems like it almost doesn't matter at all. So, we're a little ways off of this. Hold on. Let's actually get to January of 880, and then we'll start examining our options here. It was like the 8th, right? No, apparently not. Yeah, we are still, in fact, in a truce. Did I read the date wrong? The 28th. Okay. Fine. Alright, our levies are looking like real healthy, actually. So right now... if we were to go for Conquer Duchy, we're showing similar overall strengths. He's got 3 alliances. Ooh, I wonder how this would work out, because we share an ally. Is it just whoever calls him into the war first gets him? Because if so, like, if Goladat were to fight on our behalf, not only would that, be good for us in a general sense, but it would also sort of cripple his military, because, like, that's a pretty significant number of his overall troops. Yeah, let's go for it. I have some... Oh, okay, but I only have 761 prestige right now, so... If we declare war, it's going to cost us like 500 up front, right? Oh no, Conquer Duchy is another piety one. Well, we can certainly afford that. And then we absolutely have the prestige left over to call in our allies. So let's do that, and let's call you immediately. He will accept, even though it's an attack on his ally, because he likes me just so damn much. And I'm calling in everybody. This is a big one. And yeah, if Goladat shows up for us, the war's basically already over. Okay. Alright, there it is. Hard for me to imagine them pulling this off at this point. I guess let's go meet them over there. High Chieftain Malku joined in, of course. Oh, he's changed his mind. This is still his capital, right? Like, he's actually got to stop me here. We've got friendly armies in the south, causing a nice distraction. It's possible that we didn't need to call in all of our allies, but, like, why take the chance, right? I've gotten an idea in my attempts to align Chieftain Vigu to my interests. With the right arguments, I may be able to convince him that I'm acting not merely in my own interest, but in the interest of Old Man himself. Well, this is a thing that I certainly believe. It should be easy to convince other people of it, right? A learning challenge against Captain Vigu. Well, something tells me... Hey, what a surprise. Not that I'm trying to impugn his learning or anything, but it is bad. But I do think it's bad. So, what do we want to do with a personal scheme now? Like, we could start trying to make friends with people around us? Maybe? Yeah, I don't... Well, wow, that's really not that high. I'm gonna go ahead and go for it. People liking us is an important component in getting them to sign on to deals that they probably shouldn't sign on to letting me, marry my kids to them and stuff. It matters. Just do a little bit of foreign affairs work here. Okay, more peasant rabble, that's very whatever. Okay, the chief of Finland changed. That does not matter to us at all. Surrender your duchy to me. Wow, the guys from Savo are really taking a beating here. The High Chieftain's son. Yeah, I was gonna say, that's gotta be a high-value prisoner. Alright, well, I guess let's just move on to the next holding. Do I want to separate from my allies? Because they have a lot of men grouped up together. You know what, let's stick together. Hard to imagine them coming back from that, though. I mean, it's probably the case that just about any gained in war score from here is going to do the job, right? Following the death sentence of a lowly thief, I asked my son Vigu what he thought. He responded that the sentence was far too harsh for such a small crime. I mean, that's probably true. This would allow him to keep the trait just if I agree, and that is virtuous to us. Or we could trade out that for temperate. No, I think he's right. The punishment did not fit the crime. It sure doesn't sound like it fit the crime. The Bones family on ice. Ma, cries Davgon, tugging at my sleeve almost as soon as I enter the snowbound courtyard. It's no good. I'm useless. I can't skate. The ice hates me. A speedy glance suggests that he might be right. Hey, this ice does hate him. The place looks like an army's marched through it, with the amount of shattered ice my son has left in his wake. Well, okay, so I could try to teach him to skate. If I did so, he would gain 2 prowess? Don't we have maids for you to pester? Go bother somebody else. Or tell the kid to go and play inside. Does our character know how to skate? I'm going to say she does. We're going to try teaching him. Okay, it totally worked. That would have been a little bit of a bummer to fail. I don't know what these guys are doing. They're just kind of hanging out nearby. They're not like participating in the siege. They're not even standing in a place that they're useful. They want that prestige. They're gonna get it with as little work as possible. Alright, let's see what our war score looks like after we take this. I would like to ransom the kid. So right now, without the kid, we are nowhere near winning this war. So the question really is, like, do we just take the enforced demands now in the interest of getting this over and getting on to the next thing? Or do we ransom the kid for the money that we do need and let the war go on a little bit longer while we push for more sieges? I mean, we should be able to do that. How much would he pay on that ransom? Okay, he has 16 total wealth. You know what? I'm just going to go ahead and enforce demands now, then. Alright, hostages released. Okay, so we have another duchy title available, and we do, I think, want to do that. Now, I have so many holdings now. We gotta figure that out. Yeah, create this title. So then, once that's created, that should be enough to let us found a new kingdom, right? I mean, obviously we'll have to pay some costs, so we will not have the money for it for quite some time. But so is it worth doing before we have the money? I guess not, probably. Right, because we just have to give this away. And we can't do that because we're Duke level. So if we give somebody else a Duke level title, then we make them independent. So I think I want to hold off until I have the resources to do it all at once. 4 recently acquired holdings cause no penalties yet. Well, I mean, I don't know. It looks like they might be causing penalties. So is there any reason to not give all of this to my husband? Because we could, right? Just like give him all of this stuff and he's the chief of kind of everywhere. Yeah, that's basically what we're doing here, is just sort of kicking the can down the road a little bit in terms of figuring out where we want this stuff to go, because at some point it's all going to revert to our family. Alright, so disband all, and now we're working toward Kakisalmi. We're allied with Salvo, which does create a little, like... This pair of alliances does create a little bit of an issue, but it's not like your country has to be contiguous. So what kind of war could we could do a classic conquer duchy move on them. Wait, the High Kingdom of Savo. It is nobody's primary title. High Kingdom of Karelia. What? Is this over here not Karelia? Did I click on the wrong person or something? Here, Conquer Duchy. Yeah, the 2 options we're being given are... Things that he 100% does not own. Just people who are my allies. Hold on. Is this all held by... No, Savo is definitely not yours. That's quite strange. So if we're going to do a duchy thing, is it because that's a de jure duchy? The whole de jure thing is so, yeah. So if we try to conquer a duchy, we have to conquer basically a duchy that existed in the real world, regardless of what the map in this game looks like. The whole de jure system, where they're just like asserting the primacy of real world history over whatever else is going on and whatever else makes sense in your game, I think is such a huge bummer. So, your lands within the High Chiefdom of Karelia are the thing that I want, because that's where the holy site is, right? Yeah, it's in the southeast. So I guess that's the thing that we do. You are currently allied with Finland and those guys. It's not a big problem. We would have to spend prestige to call in allies, because I don't know that I could handle this myself, but that shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, just calling in Karelia should do it. Alright, conquer your stuff that is within this duchy. So wait, does it make more sense to make a county target then? No, right? Yeah, because like, look at how little land that is. And I don't actually care about the extra piety cost. We have piety for days. Okay, let's do it like this. So we can now place our rally point even further south, because boy, I own a lot of land now. And I think our army's almost large enough to handle this by itself. We're close. But let's just call for a little bit of help. And I'm just going to walk like into the center of his territory, and we'll see what happens. We could call in Savo as well, just to try to like hold off Finland. Finland's army is small enough that maybe the correct answer is to ignore them. I'll get over there. There's something odd about my champion Dutta, but I cannot quite put my finger on it. Perhaps it's just my imagination running amok. Nevertheless, that ominous feeling is keeping me up at night. It is... I feel like that's a curious thing. Alet has very, very high intrigue. We could just confront him, but... No, let's have our spy master investigate. Alet has concluded her investigation of Dutta's activities empty-handed. She found no proof of criminal activity or other deeds, not even any suspicious rumors. While it seems I was mistaken this time, it was not time wasted. Tonight I will sleep like a babe. Dutta seems innocent. Sadly, this does not remove any stress, despite the fact that the text makes it sound like it should. Okay. Vigu is more likely to receive a good education. That's good. That's good news. Oh, hurry. Are we going to get there in time? No, we are not. But we can beat these guys up at least. My army, go here. Come on, just let me siege. Don't even come in and participate. It actually looks like they are going to just let me siege. Okay, well that seems okay. Oh, nope, they turned around. Oh no, this is a peasant revolt. They had a peasant revolt show up to fight me. And I defeated the peasant revolt for them. not really related to the thing here. So, I mean, that's a pretty good ransom. Is that kid, this prisoner is not worth anything on the war score? Yeah, you know what? Let's just go ahead and do that. I mean, it's not even a prisoner of the guy we're actually at war with, right? It's one of these smaller places that was allied with him. Having a hell of a time swaying the Jarl over there. We should probably move our personal scheme focus to somebody else. Oh, our acquaintance was in fact taken prisoner by some stuff. Okay, well that's the guy we're trying to sway, right? Is the sway still gonna happen? I guess so. It didn't stop. Alright, we control Kakisalmi. That's pretty good news. Who are you? You are not part of my conflict. Okay. Fine by me. Let's step over here and see about this. We'll grab Prophet now. So Defender of the Faith just gives us some... Yeah, just a little bit of same faith opinion. Theologian will give us even more piety income. And I mean, 3 points of learning is not nothing. Are they really going to come over here and fight us? Seems like this is probably going to go pretty poorly for them, right? They're very outnumbered. We don't have a great... So their commander is being used to determine commander advantage, even though I'm the person who's actually at war and my force is a larger number of the total troops. I wonder why that is. Because their commander has garbage martial skill. Oh, my champion Ninus has been wounded. Oh, I fear that his body is not strong enough to fight this on his own. We have a court physician, right? No. Well, we fucking should. Oh my god. Start the search. Okay. Even more good education stuff. So apparently Irene is quite experienced. Well, okay. 10 points of learning and no relevant traits. That doesn't seem that great. You have 8 points of learning. Liandu claims to be trained in alternative medicine. Well, 13 learning in Wise Woman. I would have to spend 100 piety for this. I'll take it. I have respect for that Wise Woman trait. Okay, that is the end of that. I think I'm just going to take this rather than trying to do some ransom and then still win the war nonsense. Let's just go ahead and claim the land we've claimed here. Okay, so we got a significant portion of his stuff, and that has given us control of a second holy site. Also, we're doing okay on prestige. I mean, we're spending a lot of prestige, but we're also gaining prestige, like, constantly. Who do I want to teach you? We really, like, almost exclusively have people with martial and learning traits in our court. We have nobody who knows anything about diplomacy or stewardship. Well, you know what? I'm going to have you trained by our holy man here, because I don't think we actually do have any of our kids currently learning from somebody who is learning focused, and that probably ought to change, right? Okay, so go ahead and disband all. Now we are in control of 2 holy sites. And the third one's not that far away. So what is the deal with the organization down here? Livonia is allied with Karelia. They don't have a huge army themselves. Honestly, it's probably not going to be that difficult to take them over, especially if we just make sure that we cry out to Karelia for them to join us first. So I think we're really getting there. So at this point, now we do have to start caring about our piety a little bit. We should be pretty close to being able to do a pilgrimage again, right? Not close, but it's not that far off. So yeah, I think that we are well on our way. We're going to stop right here for the moment, but I think that we are well on our way toward actually being able to reform this religion. I think that, in the end, this character's lifetime is going to turn out to have been incredibly significant. We are out of time for the moment, though. Thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time, tomorrow, who knows, we might even get all the way to doing the thing. And we'll see you then.